Tesla just dropped a $7,997 tiny house that promises total freedom. No mortgage, no bills, no grid. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the twist. That dream of living free might actually be the biggest trap Tesla's ever built. Because once you step inside this so-called off-grid revolution, you'll realize you're not escaping the system. You might just be entering a new one. Imagine this, a sleek, solar-powered home that costs less than a used car. No mortgage, no power bills, no noisy neighbors or landlords. Just you, nature, and the quiet hum of energy drawn straight from the sun. That's exactly what Tesla just unveiled. A $7,997 tiny house that's rewriting the rules of what it means to own a home. Built from 85% recycled materials, this compact structure feels less like a shed and more like a piece of futuristic engineering. It's designed to be completely self-sufficient. The walls are thermally insulated to handle brutal heat or biting cold, keeping the temperature steady without needing constant electricity. On the roof, 12 ultra-efficient solar panels feed into a battery pack that can store up to 8.5 kilowatt-hours of energy. For the average person, that's enough to power lights, a fridge, a laptop, and even a few small appliances, all without ever plugging into the grid. Tesla claims it can run comfortably for 3 days straight without sunlight, which sounds like a dream for anyone who's ever imagined escaping the system. Then there's the water system. This tiny home harvests rain, stores it in a 500-liter tank, and filters it with graphene membranes so pure they outperform city treatment plants. It's not just drinking water, it's survival grade. Add in a low-energy biological waste system that breaks down waste naturally without smell or plumbing, and you start to see the picture. A micro-home that promises total independence from the modern world. And of course, it's all monitored by Tesla's AI-powered energy hub, a digital brain that tracks your power, water, and waste levels in real time, right from your phone. It even predicts your future resource usage and adjusts automatically. For just $7,997, it's hard not to be impressed. A house that could outlast the next economic crash, live anywhere, and cost less than your average vacation. It's the kind of thing that makes people ask, wait, why isn't everyone doing this? But like most things that sound too good to be true, there's a catch. Because before you can enjoy your personal slice of off-grid paradise, you have to answer one big question. Where on earth can you actually put it? You've got the dream. A Tesla house that runs on sunlight, purifies its own water, and promises total independence. But then reality hits. Where are you actually allowed to live in it? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. A $7,997 house is useless if you have nowhere to park it. And in most of the US, off-grid doesn't automatically mean legal. The biggest challenge isn't the technology, it's the land. See, zoning laws weren't built for tiny homes. Most cities classify them as recreational vehicles, meaning you can't live in one permanently without breaking a few rules. Even in rural areas, you still need permits, septic approvals, and inspections before setting up shop. It's bureaucracy meets minimalism, the paradox of wanting less, but needing more paperwork to get it. So where can you actually go? Your first option is to buy rural land in states that don't mind small dwellings. Places like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah tend to be the most lenient. If you're okay living off the beaten path, you can find a single acre in New Mexico for as little as $3,000, or around $5,000 to $8,000 in Arizona. That sounds reasonable, until you add the hidden costs. Permits in some counties can run from $800 to $2,500, not counting surveys or environmental checks, which easily add another few thousand. Even if you find cheap land, the setup often doubles your budget before you even move in. The second option sounds more futuristic, something Tesla might be quietly testing already. Rumors are spreading about Tesla villages near Austin, where owners can rent pre-approved lots with shared solar grids and Starlink internet. No paperwork, no zoning headaches, just plug in and live. If that's true, Tesla might be doing more than selling homes. They could be building entire communities powered by their own ecosystem. A controlled version of the off-grid dream. But that raises another question. Is this freedom, or just another network you'll never fully own? The third option is the nomadic route, treating the Tesla home like an RV. You can park it on Bureau of Land Management sites or national forests, but you're only allowed to stay for 2 to 4 weeks before being forced to move at least 25 miles away. It's great for adventurers, but not for stability. By the time you relocate 6 or 7 times a year, your simple life starts to look exhausting. So yes, Tesla's tiny home might promise liberation from the grid, but not from the rules. Because even when you go off-grid, the grid still finds you. But while buyers are wrestling with land laws, Tesla might already be 3 steps ahead, testing a plan that could redefine not just where you live, but how entire neighborhoods are built. And what's happening outside Austin right now could be Elon Musk's boldest housing experiment yet. Just outside Austin, Texas, hidden between dusty highways and quiet farmland, something unusual is taking shape. Locals started noticing construction crews working day and night, but this wasn't another gigafactory expansion. It was something smaller, stranger. Rows of minimalist homes, all powered by solar panels and connected to sleek white battery units with the Tesla logo glowing faintly in the dark. No official announcement, no press release, but documents filed under a private LLC hinted at one name behind it all, Elon Musk. They called it Snailbrook, a quiet community built for employees of Musk's companies, SpaceX, The Boring Company, and Tesla, where rent could be as low as $800 a month for a fully equipped home. Everything was designed for maximum efficiency, solar power, Tesla walls, and Starlink internet. It wasn't just housing, it was a prototype. Imagine living in a neighborhood where every roof talks to the sun, every wall stores energy, and every home can share power with its neighbor. That's what insiders believe Musk is testing. The first self-sustaining energy grid designed at a community level, not just for individuals. And that's what makes it genius. Because while other tiny home companies are struggling to find legal land, Tesla could simply build its own towns. Some say Snailbrook is the beginning of a larger plan, a network of Tesla villages, self-contained smart cities powered entirely by Tesla's ecosystem. Energy, internet, transportation, and even groceries, all integrated through one infrastructure. But there's another layer that makes it even more interesting. If Tesla owns the land, the power, and the housing, then they don't just sell you a product, they own the environment you live in. And that could mean a future where the Tesla lifestyle isn't just about driving electric, it's about living electric. Still, there's one big question the public keeps asking. Is this the future of sustainable living, or a modern-day company town, where freedom and innovation quietly blur into control? And that's the fine line Musk seems willing to walk. Because while others debate the dream, he's already building it, quietly testing what could become the blueprint for off-grid living in the 21st century. But Snailbrook might only be the start. Whispers from insiders suggest a new version, smaller, sleeker, and designed for everyone, could be next. And if that's true, Tesla's next move might completely destroy the traditional housing market as we know it. If Tesla can build its own homes, power its own grids, and sell directly to consumers, then the entire $10 trillion housing market is standing on the edge of collapse. Because here's the thing most people miss. The Tesla tiny house isn't just a product, it's a system. It removes the need for construction companies, power providers, and even banks. No mortgage, no utility bills, no middlemen. That's not just innovation, that's a revolution. For decades, the housing industry has operated on debt. You buy a $400,000 home, spend 30 years paying it off, and pour another $150,000 into electricity, water, and maintenance. It's a cycle designed to keep you dependent. But a $10,000 Tesla home powered by sunlight and Starlink? That's financial escape velocity. And traditional real estate knows it. Developers are terrified. Because if Tesla scales even a fraction of this model, housing becomes software, something that can be mass-produced, shipped, and installed in a week. Imagine opening a Tesla app, selecting Order Home, choosing your layout, and having it delivered like a car. That's not science fiction anymore. Behind the scenes, leaked patents and prototype designs suggest Tesla's next move could be modular housing, stackable, upgradable, and powered by the same batteries used in the Model Y. It's the iPhone effect, but for real estate. Once people experience an ecosystem that just works, they'll never go back to traditional homes again. But this shift also creates a new kind of power, one controlled entirely by Tesla. If they build the homes, the solar roofs, the batteries, and the internet, then they don't just compete with home builders, they replace them. It's not about selling houses anymore. It's about owning the infrastructure of life. And while regulators debate zoning laws and permits, Musk is already positioning Tesla as the Apple of housing, sleek, self-contained, and impossible to compete with. Still, some insiders warn that this disruption could have side effects. If millions suddenly opt for Tesla's affordable homes, property values could plummet. Banks holding trillions in mortgage debt could face massive losses. And entire cities, built around outdated systems, could become irrelevant. It's not just a new product. It's the biggest threat to real estate since the invention of property itself. And if Tesla really pulls this off, we might soon see a world where the richest man on earth doesn't just make your car or your power. He makes your entire life run through him. But the craziest part? This all connects to a silent project few people even know exists, a mysterious design spotted near Starbase. One that could reveal Tesla's true goal for the future of humanity. And once you see it, you'll realize this was never just about homes. It's about building a new civilization. So here's the truth. The Tesla tiny house isn't just a home. It's a signal. A quiet revolution disguised as a $7,997 box with solar panels. Because for the first time in modern history, freedom isn't just a dream. It's a product you can actually buy. No mortgage. No power bills. No landlords. Just sunlight, clean water, and silence. That's what Elon Musk is really selling. Independence. Not from governments. Not from society. But from the systems that quietly keep people trapped. Maybe the Tesla tiny house isn't perfect yet. Maybe it's not legal everywhere, or powerful enough for every climate. But every great disruption starts small. And this one could reshape how millions live, work, and survive in the next decade. Because the real question isn't, can you live off-grid? It's, how long will you wait before freedom becomes unaffordable again? So, would you live in a Tesla tiny house? Would you trade comfort for control and live life on your own terms? Tell me in the comments below. And if you believe innovation should belong to everyone, not just the rich, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because we're just getting started. This is more than a video. It's the beginning of the new American dream.